probably never thought about it, but springs are everywhere. These metal coils are made in an immense variety of sizes and strengths. Springs function due to their qualities of elasticity and compressibility. Normally, when a spring is compressed and then released, it should return to its original length with the distance between each coil staying exactly the same. Japanese manufacturers are renowned for the precision of their high-performance springs. Let's take the spring inside a ballpoint pen as an example. We're not talking about this spring. There's another, really tiny one inside the tip. It has a diameter of just 0.14 millimeters. This spring holds the ball in place and regulates ink flow. Japan is the world's leading producer of miniature springs like these. And Japanese engineers are constantly working to make springs even smaller and more precise. We do as much as we can by machine, of course, but more than half the work still has to be done by hand. Precision machinery can now mass-produce millions of these tiny springs. A new world record for miniaturization, this 0.07 millimeter spring is narrower than a human hair. It was developed to be small enough to pass through the brain's blood vessels for use as a stent. Springs show growing potential for a range of medical applications. At the other end of the size spectrum is a huge set of springs at the top of the 634-meter tall Tokyo sky tree. These are 1.2 meters long and weigh 800 kilograms each. They're attached to a counterweight in the top of the tower's antenna. Even slight breezes cause an antenna to sway, and if it moves too far off center, the structure might fail. The spring and counterweight mechanism in the Tokyo sky tree works to cancel any swaying and brings the antenna back into balance. Even the magnitude 9 earthquake of 2011 didn't cause any damage. Ensuring precise spacing between coils is just as important for giant springs like these. Manufacture is done almost entirely by hand, requiring a high level of skill. Special care is needed when heating the metal to 900 degrees Celsius before shaping it. If any section becomes overheated, the spring will distort and the spaces between coils will become uneven. It takes an experienced eye to gauge the temperature and decide when to rotate the rod to maintain an even heat. This is not like mass production. We approach each spring individually because it's just not possible to lay down a set of rules for every case. We have to trust our senses and experience to get the precision we need. With no machines or temperature gauges, they're still able to make springs with micron levels of accuracy. Of course, machines are able to generate the kind of power that our hands can't. But it's the worker's experience and skill that determines how the job is done. In the end, everything depends on human intelligence. Mass-produced or handcrafted, the high precision of Japanese-made springs is the result of long refined engineering skills.